When you're getting started with self-publishing, there are a lot of different options that are available, and Reedsy happens to be one of them we're going to discuss today. This is Chris Baird from selfpublishingmadeeasynow.com, where self-publishing doesn't have to be so hard. So I'm going to take you on a Reedsy review for 2023, and you should definitely listen to this before you use Reedsy. Now, you may or may not have even heard about Reedsy. So what is Reedsy? Well, the first thing is Reedsy is a self-publishing platform that connects together a huge network of vetted professionals from within the publishing industry, but they're vetted. So these are high quality professionals together with self-published authors or authors who are looking to self-publish their book. And the thing is, authors have a lot of flexibility here. You can look through the marketplace at all of these different professionals from the different aspects of your book project that you would need help on in order to pull these together in order to figure out what is going to work best for you in order to help you get your book to stand out and to get you through the entire process. So who exactly can use Reedsy? Well, Reedsy is primarily designed for authors who are interested in getting their books self-published onto the market. But the fact is, the professionals themselves also are going to be on that marketplace. So professionals in the areas of editing, design, marketers, as well as publicists will also be able to get themselves enroll their work onto Reedsy in order so that the authors who are interested in using their services would easily be able to do it. One of the things that's a little different from this and Fiverr is that Fiverr or Upwork have just people from all over different walks of life, whereas they're not particularly vetted other than looking at how many reviews they have. And so for a lot of authors, it makes it easier if you can go to one location in order to find all of these freelancers and these professionals with self-publishing. So you're looking to get your book edited on Fiverr, you're going to have to go through a lot of different editors that have not really been vetted, and that can be a bit of a disadvantage as compared to looking at Reedsy. And other things, here you will also find authors of all different genres who are interested and just need some help in order to get their project together because there's all of these different phases, like we discussed, 7 phases of self-publishing, and through each of those phases there's a series of work that needs to be done, and as an author you're not going to have those skill sets that are necessary. The other thing is that Reedsy itself also offers a huge pile of free resources, from courses to converters, formatting tools, and conversion tools. There's all sorts of things that you can get for free, and lots of articles that they've also written helping you with your self-publishing journey to make sure that it is as easy as possible. But what makes Reedsy different? And there's a couple of things. One is the quality of the professionals. Here you can see these professionals have been vetted as opposed to the other platforms where anyone who wants to call themselves an editor, they can just put that up and say, look, I'm an editor, you can pay me to edit your book. And I can tell you, I've tried some of the other platforms and I've been burnt by hiring people who really don't have the core skill set. The next is customizable packages. It gives us the ability for authors in general in order to post their project requirements and then get people to come with bids in order to put it all together to figure out what is going to work best for you. The other is we have collaboration tools. There's a whole bunch of built-in tools that make it easy for you to communicate and plan out the project with these different freelancers that are working on the site. You also have marketing resources that should help you get your book, the word out about your book being released, and exploring a lot of different options that might work best for you. And finally, you just have a very user-friendly interface that is really super simple for you to use on the site as you're going through the whole process of trying to find somebody who's going to work for you, right? The different freelancers and professionals who are going to be able to help you with your book. So how to get started with Reedsy. So step 1, you should sign up. So you just need to create an easy account on Reedsy. Step 2, you should choose your job's requirements so it's very clear. This step also will help you to clarify what exactly you're hoping to accomplish, what kind of work you envision yourself needing when it comes to Reedsy. Step 3, you should select between 1 and 5 freelancers who are going to be able to do this job for you, or you believe they're going to be able to do the job. Sometimes it takes a little bit of back and forth to figure out exactly which freelancers you should be using or not. Step 4, you should provide the job description, because this isn't a one-way street. The other side, the professionals, they have to decide if they wish in fact to work with you and your book. And so they can be very selective as well, since they're professionals, not just people who started yesterday. And that's one of the problems you can find with places like Fiverr, where you can have people who really don't have the background to do the very things that you're hiring them to do, like editing. One of my clients in my one-on-one program even commented that when handing the book to one of the editors they had used on Fiverr, the editor just wrote back and said everything was perfect. And that was not exactly what this client of mine was looking for. They were looking for somebody who could tell them what they should change in order to increase sales and increase the quality and the experience the reader's going to have. And that's one of the things you aren't going to have to worry about here on Reedsy. Now, step 5, negotiate and conquer. So once these offers start coming in, you can negotiate on the price and ensure that you're getting a fair, reasonable price for the services that are being provided for your book. But that's a good reason we want to look at, before we begin, the pros and cons of using Reedsy, because it is not completely straightforward that this is going to be the right site for you. One of the pros is you're going to have quality professionals that have been vetted, just that exact problem we were just discussing. The second thing is the customizable packages. So we're able to get the different things together, the different components of self-publishing your book, pulling it all together into single customizable packages to ensure that you're going to get all of the work done with as little pain as possible. The next thing is that you'll have collaborative tools, this ability to work together with with the different team members that you're going to have as you're putting that team together in order to ensure that your project is released successfully. But if this sounds too good to be true, we should definitely look at the cons. So the first thing is it's very expensive. There's a lot of high cost associated, which is something I personally am a little bit have a problem with as a self-publisher, because I like to first learn how to do things myself, and then as I'm making money with my books, we reinvest it and we're able to pull in even building a team and increasing the speed at which we're able to produce books. The next thing is you have limited control. The program with Reedsy, it's pretty straightforward, and you're not going to be able to mix and match and do everything you want there. So you're going to be limited to the constraints that they themselves have set up around the entire thing. The next is your limited marketing support. There's really not that much marketing support. I actually personally prefer Amazon when it comes to the marketing side of things over almost any of these platforms. The other platforms have a lot of difficulty competing with Microsoft. And the other is just the competition. There's a lot of different freelancers and professionals on there, and including authors as well, that it makes it hard sometimes to find the right people you need because of the competition that you're going to be facing. So then the question is Reedsy right for you? Well, like all things, it depends. It depends. Do you need that do you need ultimate flexibility? Well, then go with Upwork and Fiverr. But if you need plenty of professionals, Reedsy is definitely the place to go when it comes to self-publishing your book. Do not think that by taking your book and just going to one of these other sites like Fiverr that you're only going to find professionals. You're going to find a lot of amateur people who really don't know what they're doing, and are going to waste a lot of your money. So Reedsy is going to save you time when it comes to that. The other is you can do it yourself. That's the thing. You really could do it yourself as opposed to paying anything on Reedsy. But I personally think that maybe it's definitely worth giving a chance, but the price is very high, and that sometimes can be a bit of a barrier, especially when you're first getting started, because some of your first books are not going to sell. The goal of the first books is not making 1 million sales. It should be just to learn the process and the ropes of getting your book onto the market. So my final question closing up for you is, have you tried Reedsy? And if you have, let me know below in the comments how that experience of yours went. And check up above me here for more video answers to your self-publishing questions. Thanks.